Hi, well, you're in for a good time today. How are you doing? I am Kim, your party artist, here at my studio, Overholt Art and Entertainment Studio. And if you want to know a little bit more about me, of course, I always say, check out my website at Bing! KimOverholt.com. Yeah, I don't use any fancy graphics here. No, I just use what I got. And I got a lot for you. I got a whole lot for you, that's for sure. This is one of the paintings I was trying to do a little bit of an example for the other day. It was fun. And the funny thing is like sometimes I do have a bit of psychic twinkle, so it's funny. I did a painting with a group of people, and in their house was a picture almost just like this, like almost just. But it was the truck with the tree in the back with lights on it, and I'm like, that's uncanny. That's the coolest thing, and I love coming here to show you how to do stuff, and it's always intriguing and always exciting to find out about new and exciting things coming up in the future. And I'm always excited about the future, and I hope you are too. So welcome here on a nice brisk Tuesday here in the Niagara area, where I, Kim Overholt, will help you learn a little bit about art. And today's Tuesday, so it's a little bit of a free for all. Tomorrow, we'll be doing a little bit of painting too. So we'll be podcast and painting, but today is just basically giving you a little bit of a lowdown, not keeping you for too long, but just saying a quick hello to see how you guys are doing today. Now, yeah, like and showing you this. I think I was doing a live presentation of that. I think I've got a few live ones under my belt. If you want to ever like backtrack some of the other previous live things that I've done, just don't mind the progression. It eventually comes into fruition, my paintings and things like that. And I have other things to show you, like I was doing the other day. I was when I don't have let me just show you this. I'll just show you like a little bit of an idea of something. I painted this canvas and just going over top of it, giving myself a little bit of an idea what I want to do with this. I can make it into some kind of neat looking futuristic, I'm thinking some kind of weird looking spaceship or something. Can you see it? Yeah, I know. This is the kind of things that I sit here and I contemplate and I do all day. Okay. Okay, and I get rid of notes that I have, which are of no importance anymore. Uh, and I also play a little bit of music. I also show you a little bit of the other things that I do. O is for Overholt. Yeah, this is. I've got in my K over here too. K O. Anyways, did I do that right? Okay. KO. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Bored? No. Just enjoying my day. And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad all 35 of you are here today to say a quick little bit of a hello to me. And if you want any more information, different things that you can do, drawing, painting, whatever the case may be, let me know in the comments below if what you would like to see in the near future. I'm maybe going to give this place a little bit of a doing over. I wanted to get some sunshine in here because it's a pretty glum day out there. It's pretty tiring, sad, whatever the case may be. I've got stuff going on my phone over here, and I've got stuff going on over my desk over here, and I got stuff going on behind me and all around me. I've always got stuff going on. So today, I have a free for all day, and yeah, so today I'm going to tell you a little bit about acting. How about acting? I did a little bit of that. Improv is a lot of fun to do, and I always enjoy getting up in front of people in a stage environment, or even just hanging out with a bunch of friends and being a goofball, because that's basically who I am and what happens usually when you get me in front of people. Like start acting like a little strange lady. What else is new? Yeah. So. Entertaining people is a great thing to be able to do, and when you can say certain words or tell a little tale and make people laugh, make people smile, and the ways of doing that, obviously, is to be able to find screenplays and things like that maybe are you find interesting to you. Now on my phone, I have what is it called? It's called Monologues, through my Kindle. I have monologues and all kinds of other representation of different things that I can do, like acting, that kind of thing. And I can do it live here. I did one monologue. It's called the Tirade, which is a hilarious little story about a woman who's an actress and meets up with another actress that she's a little bit of it's like her nemesis, right? And she meets up with her, and obviously a battle ensues, and at the end she's like victorious and leaves her kind of in the dust, but in a nice way. But to give you some examples of other things that you can do to kind of get yourself in the flow of maybe seeing if this acting is something that you'd be interested in, is to pick up some books. I have some books here as well. Like I say on my phone, I have like monologues, yeah. But let me show you what else I have. One second. I've got my library over here of different things, and I can't show you. I can't pull you away from where you are, but I can bring stuff to you. So. This is one of my favorite books, and I hope it's maybe something that you might even think of, um, looking through one day. It's a big book, and it's all the Shakespeare. Yes, Shakespeare is like one of my favorites. I'm a big fan of Shakespeare. I've read pretty much. I've read quite a few of them. Actually, let's see what I have. I have something. What's this from? Oh, of course, it's Hamlet. What is this? Oh, Yorick's skull, right. The jester. This, even that. Let me see. Of course, it's the last poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infinite jest. He but bore me on his back 1,000 times. It goes, a fellow of infinite jest, most excellent fancy, he hath borne me on his back 1,000 times, and now how abhorred my imagination is, my gorge rises at it. Here hung those lips that I kissed I don't know how oft. Where be your jibes now, your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment, that want to set the table at a roar? Not one now to mock your own grinning? Quite chap fellow. Yeah, it's that one part where he picks up the skull, laughs. Poor Yorick. Yeah, so that's cool. What is this? Oh, Kimberly aesthetics. I think that's probably the last time I got my hair done, which was probably back in 2019. Yeah, probably. Because with this whole thing going on, I cut my own hair now. I've looked up videos and I cut my own hair. I have become very self sufficient at a lot of things, and I'm just, you know, with my channel. I've had my channel now for I think a few years, and I'm always posting stuff on here about doing things like this. But this is one thing that I always have as if you ever want to do any monologues, there are plenty of monologues for Shakespeare. Definitely. Let me find you something else that I like to read through. And I'm sure you would like this one. Because this is my ultimate favorite. My ultimate favorite. I asked for this. I've had this for forever, so long that as you can see, it's yellowed, and the book is like very dog-eared. So yes, Monty Python's book, Monty Python Flying Circus, just the words. And you can also turn it upside down. It's Monty Python's Flying Circus, just words. And I love this book. This book is like so full of such good fun. And when I'm feeling down, this helps me get out of my bad moods too. So it's always hilarious when you can go like this and just look something up. Like, good evening. My name is Leapy Lee. No, sorry, that's the name of my favorite singer. My name is Fred Stoll. No, Miss Fred Stoll. Mrs. Fred Stoll, the wife of me, favorite tennis player. My name is Bananas. No, that's my favorite fruit. I'm Mrs. Nice evening out at the pictures, then perhaps a dance in a club, and back to his place for a quick cup of coffee. A little bit of No, no, no. Sorry, that's my favorite way of spending the night out. Perhaps I am Leapy Lee. Yes, I must be Leapy Lee. Hello, fans. Leapy Lee here. Sings the little arrows that will hit you everywhere. Hello. Evidently not Leapy Lee, although it probably wouldn't be. Thank you. I'll tell them. Hello. Hello. Hello, Dennis Compton here. Yeah. So you can read all kinds of things. Um, Are you a registrar? I have that function. I was here on Saturday, getting married to a blonde girl, and I'd like to change, please. I'd like to have this one instead. What do you mean? Well, the other one wasn't any good, so I'd like to swap her for this one, please. I paid on Saturday. Here's the ticket. Like stuff like that. It's always like a blast to look at Monty Python and get a good chuckle. So yeah, if you ever have a down day, pick up a book and give it a read, and definitely would have fun with Monty Python. Now that's a good read too. Now, trying to think, I do have other ones. Hold on, because it's not just about plays and things like that. It's also about poetry. Oh, and it contain a nice book of. I have a nice book of poetry, which is also great to recite. If you ever have times where you want to look something up and just read and read aloud, some people do enjoy doing that. Oh, and look what I found some pictures of this is when blah, 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 Edgar Degas, The Green Dancer. Oh, and of course Starry Starry Night by Van Gogh. There's also another Starry Night. Oh, yeah, Starry Night over the Rhone by Van Gogh. Right. I also have Claude Monet, a nice Monet picture of a nice boat on the water. Never a dull moment. Even when I look in a book, I find art. And there's, of course, Renoir. So yeah, I love stuff like that, and it keeps my place in different things here. Let's see, what are we at? Poems of nature. Poems of nature. So I love poems of nature. They're always one of my favorites, and I love all the art, of course. Let me see. How about this? It's called Nature. The babbling brook doth leap when I come by, because my feet find measure with its call. The birds know when the friend they love is nigh, for I am known to them, both great and small. The flower that in the lonely hillside grows expects me there when spring blooms have given, and many tree and bush my wanderings know, and even clouds silent stars of heaven. For he who know the Maker walks aright shall be their Lord as Adam as was before. His ear shall catch each sound with new delight. Each object wear the dress that he wore, and he, when he erected his soul, stood. Hear from Father's lips all that is good. That's nice. See, it's all about nature and the beautiful. It is nice to walk in nature. If you ever haven't had a chance to do the Bruce Trail or do the short hills where I live in the Niagara area, beautiful nature. It's always nice to see nature, and when you can write poetry about things like this. Now, this is just not about nature, but this is all about childhood, infancy, death. If you want to find out about any kind of poems or read any poems, they're all right there too. Adventures of poems of fancy, flights of fancy, and it even has like little. And I haven't colored them in yet, which is surprising because usually when I find anything that's got pictures in it, I'm usually coloring it in. So luckily that I haven't found that one yet, but I found all my old postcards though of my artwork. Okay, one more thing. There's something else that you should do. Oh, one more thing you should do. And where are you? Oh, no. I'll find you in a second. Shakespeare. Um, where are you? Ooh, oh. And it's not here. Oh, there it is. That's what I'm looking for. There it is. And this is also, too, one of my favorites of all time. It's the poetry of Robert Frost. Another one where if you ever want to just recite something or something beautiful, limerick, lyric, that kind of thing. This is a really nice one. And in here, if you can see, I have a bookmark of a rose, a dried rose, in this one spot. This is one of my favorite poems. Is right here, called "To Earthward," and I will I'll recite it for you because I know it's one of them that I really like, and I think about it all the time. This one's called To Earthward." Love at the lips was touch, as sweet as I could bear, and once that seemed too much. I lived on air. That crossed me from sweet things, the flow of was it musk, from hidden grapevine springs, downhill at dusk. I had the swirl and ache from sprays of honeysuckle, that when they're gathered shake dew on the knuckle. I craved strong sweets, but those were sweet, those were strong when I was young. The petal of the rose it was that stung. Now no joy lacks salt that is not dashed with pain and weariness and fault. I crave the stain of tears, the aftermark of almost too much love, the sweet of burning bark and bitter clove. When stiff and sore and scarred, I take away my hand from leaning on it hard in grass and sand. The weight is not enough. I long to feel the earth and strength, to feel the weight of the earth as rough to all my length. That's a beautiful poem. I love Robert Frost is one of the things I like. That's that one. And of course, there's the onset, the one that's before it. It's a beautiful poem too. And goodbye and keep cold. Yeah, Robert Frost. He talked about poetry, about cold winter nights, and another. He inspired Leonard Cohen. That one line from A Thousand Kisses Deep that said. I had miles to drive and promises to keep. That's actually a line from Robert Frost, and from of those of you who know who Leonard Cohen is in that song. So yeah, that's one of my faves. So, anyways, Robert Frost poetry, Shakespearean poetry. Uh, it's even just a book of poetry, prowess, things that you can recite is always nice, and it keeps you, keeps you talking properly too. If you can say of where Eliza wanted not to lie, and who had thought to lay with her first love. Something like that, It's there. You just got to practice reading and talking at the same time. I just like to talk. So that's my problem. I talk too much. All right. So Robert Frost, another one of my favorites. That's And that's what I wanted to kind of show to you today, like a little bit of that. And to actually even leave you with a good feeling today. So I've got my special little cards here with me. I'll take them out and we'll do like a quick little reading for today because I haven't done one for the weekend. It's already Tuesday. So let's get seeing what our week is going to be like with the little help of our little cards. I was talking about this yesterday and people are like, well, why do you use that? Well, it's not just for you know, it's not for predicting the future. You can't predict the future in cards. But what it does, it just gives you a different perspective so that if you're thinking in one direction, it gives you a different perspective to maybe think in a different direction that you never thought of before. And it gives you a little bit of insight, that kind of thing. So I'm going to give you a little shuffle of my cards. I'll pick you a card and we'll tell you how the day turns out today. So let me just prepare them for you. And I do that by shuffling them. Okay. And then, oh, swirling mist which the gods have kissed, please tell us what this week has in store for us today. Okay, so I'll give it a nice shuffle, and either a card will fall out, or I will shuffle it until somebody will say either stop, or I will shuffle it until a card falls out, or I just feel good about the shuffling that I did, and it's time to stop. So I'll just shuffle. I've been trying to stretch my small little cabbage hands out so that I can grasp the cards a little bit better. Oh, give it a better shuffle, and the card just fell out. All right, well, that makes it easy. Oh, it's a very nice one. It is strength. Strength. Yes. for today. So be strong today. Today may be one of those days where you might feel a little bit on the downside. Let this boost up your spirit a little bit more. Just relax, take it easy. It's a major arcana card, so it's something that's very important for you to know. So today, be strong, because there might be some things coming that might tear you down a little bit, but don't let it get you down. Just keep building yourself back up again. Okay, so there's this card. Let me tell you a little bit more, because not only do I do like a little bit of what it's about, but I also tell you a little bit of, well, the number is the number 8, and 8 is a very strong card. And it's almost like the if you turn it sideways, it'd be like the infinite symbol, a complete like back and forth. Like we can do a infinite there, yeah, like back and forth, and they flow. And the number 8 is always, of course, something that have to flow and come through you. Um, so opposites of spirituality and carnality can be consciously brought into balance with courage and perseverance. In the face of fear, act calmly with love, and you will gain the true strength of an integrated body and spirit. At this time, force is not a match for spiritual growth. Through gentleness, you will accomplish what force cannot. So we had force a little bit last week. This time, we're just kind of knocking it back a little bit. We're just kind of dialing it back a little bit, dialing it back. And we're just taking a little bit of time to just be nice. Okay? So this is about your energy center and making sure that you guide yourself well in the course of this week. Okay, so the little enchantment that they have for you today is to light a red candle, to represent your carnal nature. Take a white candle of the equal size and touch it to the burning flame. By mixing the white and the red waxes together, pink power of love will be brought into being. Let the two candles burn down with each other and repeat the words. With the loving strength of my higher self, I will make an ally of my instinctual nature. There we go. So keep a piece of that pink wax afterwards to remind yourself of, that little bit of calmness that you've brought to yourself in this way. Okay? Makes you remember things a little bit better too. So there you go, a little bit of an insightful thing for today. Be strong. Be strong. It'll be worth it in the end. I'm sure of it. All right. And with that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. I am Kim Overholt, your party artist, and I love doing art, and I love showing you a little bit more about acting and because I do all kinds. I run the gamut, and I want to make sure that you're having fun and enjoying yourself. So in the meantime, if you have any questions, please follow along or click my button and hang out with me. And I am so grateful for you. And one more thing before you go, because I always have one more thing. So nothing here. Oh, nothing here, nothing here, and nothing here. And it goes a little bit like this. You take your hands and you put them together like you're the champion of the world. And have you ever laughed so hard that you... Yeah, so I teach people that for being a clown. And when you get good at that, you do this. I stick to things. I can stick to you if you'll stick with me. All right. Anyways, have a great day. I'm such a silly nerd. But I like you. And I like that you like me. And I like that you like hanging around.